Preventing fraud was the topic of discussion at a listening session held in Bucks County today by Pennsylvania's Attorney General.
Several victims of fraud told their stories during the session in Doylestown. 69 News reporter Jack Reinhardt was there. He's joining us live in the studio with more tonight. Jack.
Wendy and Jim, several fraud victims spoke about how sophisticated these scams are, and they're sharing their stories in hopes others won't experience what they've been through.
They told us we would not lose one penny. We didn't lose a penny. We lost every dollar.
You do think you're the only one going through this when you're in the midst of it.
Deb and Keith Marsh say they became victims of fraud in May.
Our entire life savings and our IRA accounts and inheritance that I had just gotten from my mother's death the year before. So it's all gone.
They say the scammers kept them isolated, instructing them not to tell anybody.
And they're very sophisticated. Very, very sophisticated, and it's a typical con job.
If you had asked us 6 months ago to do this, we couldn't have done it.
The Lansdale couple, alongside several other victims of fraud, shared their stories at a session that included consumer advocates, along with local and state officials, including Pennsylvania Attorney General Michelle Henry.
I think we heard from the victims. We heard about the fact that cyber fraud is increasing. It's devastating to these individuals, and we need to make change.
Henry says more needs to be done at the onset. One of the things would be thinking about financial institutions.
As you heard from the victims today, they stressed that along the way, if somebody had raised a red flag, and there were red flags, the financial institutions had red flags that if they had taken them, maybe these people wouldn't be devastated financially the way they've been.
The Marshes are sharing their story in hopes of helping others.
Speak up, let people know what's going on. If we had sort of confided in our daughter and son-in-law earlier, I think we would have spared ourselves.
There was also discussion about legislation to assist financial institutions fight fraud. Attorney General Henry says some signs of fraud are wiring and withdrawing large sums of money. Wendy and Jim.